recycle areas. If you are leaving sub boxes, please take your kit, bottles and anything else with you. And we do need a quick turnaround because we have obviously next game is starting within 5 minutes of the end of each game. So far, everyone seems to be enjoying themselves. We are here obviously for 7 days, so there's going to be a lot of tough competition over the next few days here at Highfields and over at Riverside starting tomorrow for the next few days. Riverside will be up and running. We will be keeping you up to date with all the details at this moment in time. We are just counting down to 2 minutes, so players and officials, this is your 2-minute warning. Players and officials, 2-minute warning. I know it's a bit mild today, but obviously because it's a long tournament ahead, please keep yourself well hydrated. There are water flags all over the place. Players and officials, this is your 1-minute warning. Players and officials, 1-minute warning. If you want to get yourself some water, there are water bays where you can go all around the arena. It's identified by blue flags. These are all drinking water. And a gentle reminder, please stay off pitches when going left, right and centre. Players and officials, this is your 30-second warning. Please take
Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, set to get underway this women's 27s match from the World Cup here in Nottingham. Adam Collins in commentary again. Mel Day joining me. It's Hong Kong, China taking on South Africa. And 2 teams to start the competition. The South Africans have been at quite a few World Cups. Hong Kong, China have been building greatly in the Asian region. And this should be a fantastic match. I know quite a few of these South African girls. They've been around since the 2000 Youth World Cup. And now playing in the women's 27s division. Great play through the middle. The split play from the roll ball, the dive. But the referee says the touch was affected.
Oh, nice pickup from South Africa
ball.
here.
Yeah. Collision there, no intention. Just 2 bodies not able to stop in time to avoid the contact. So this is the first chance here for Hong Kong, China to roll off their line. They've done this nicely.
And they've got a great setup for Hong Kong, China. Touch, playing in Happy Valley, a lot of the touch happening there. I spent a year out there and played a bit of touch there, but it's great to see the sport.
I think she dived for the line there, the incorrect line, thinking that it was the try line. It was a 7-metre. Do notice that they're quite long lines, and when you're running at pace, you can't see the breaks in the paint. You think, I'm there.
White line fever.
As we see now, South Africa roll forward once again. It's Amy Dixon-Collier.
Oh, some great pace from the South African side in this drive. You'd think it was Women's Open. They look fast.
Very capable was Whitney Richardson.
Oh.
This one now, the release from that young lady, Linda Wilson, has represented South Africa at the youth level. The Opens level are now playing women's 27s.
Forcing that 6 again as well. Super smart play.
The split between them, hands needed, the shutdown defence right up. Crucial then, but they really favoured this split play between the roll ball.
They look dangerous in attack, this South African team.
Mona Lisa Tiata. Touch affected. Mona Lisa, another experienced player.
Really interesting with that play the ball setup that they've kind of got a player coming between
yeah. It's a really old play, I have to say. It harks back to the 90s in Australia. Change of direction from Mona Lisa. They got numbers if they can keep the ball moving, but a nice shutdown again. She's been crucial, the defender for Hong Kong, China. I believe it's Yun Ying Shang. Hands this time. Forward pass will be the call from the referee, or late. The defence, no, forward was the call. But again, they look dangerous, the South Africans, with that line attack.
Yeah, Yun Ying Sung, she saved, I think, about 3 tries out there.
Absolutely.
Exceptional defence.
So now they roll on again. They've been fantastic in this part of the game so far. Defence now getting up out of the line. That shuts it down this time. They move the ball to the right.
I love the way they're spreading the defence when they're streaming on in numbers.
Play on was the call from the referee there. And now it's South Africa's first chance to come off their own line. Let's see how they go in transition. There's Mona Lisa driving through the middle. Moves the ball to the left. Looking for that sub-box.
Thought the extra pass might have been on there.
Oh, I think it was, and Mona Lisa got caught up in it. She had to take an extra metres. Drops the ball back inside. That's good lines. Oh, the touch called. She didn't think she was touched.
Oh, the backwards cap.
Jarnell Charlie
Ringrose
was the one through the line.
Yep. Keep an eye on this number 8, this Ringrose.
Yeah, Ringrose, she is
looks
lethal.
Great.
Nice release. It was good defensive pressure there. And that split play again through the ruck. So obviously now Hong Kong, China have read that. So the next phase of that play should be to miss the player through the middle and find the split player. Little bit of a stutter here on that roll from Hong Kong, China. And now, as you said, that's just giving away so many metres.
Lucky not to get a hard touch in, no?
She will be penalised. Oh, no. He's just ordered a roll ball.
Just a warning there for the touch.
I don't know why you'd stop the play to have that discussion.
If it required a discussion, I would have suggested a penalty. Probably would have been better.
There's another one of those dive over the wrong line. We talked about, I talked about it with some other people earlier on in the tournament. That line marking is very, very confusing. It needs to be more broken.
Yeah, you can see the way they've mowed or something like that. I don't think it's coincidence it's happened twice in a row.
I'd be certainly talking to the team if I was the coach to let them know. As we see, nice roll on here from the South African lineup. Amy Dixon gets a good ball down. That's a nice release. This is better from South Africa. Numbers on the outside. Nabila Boltman over on the right-hand edge. We'll see it again in replay.
Well deserved. They've been threatening this wing all game.
So here we go. We'll watch it in replay. There's Amy Dixon. This is a crucial roll ball. Nice pass off the ground. That pass there was crucial. And there's Nabila Boltman over the line. And 1-0 to South Africa. 6 minutes gone. And it's Hong Kong 7 out. Hong Kong, China, ready to go.
Just putting the ball down there. I'm really enjoying the pace in this game. I think both teams are very composed, very controlled.
And let's not forget, this is the Women's 27s division. We watched the Women's Opens in the earlier game, and the pace is not too dissimilar.
No, I'd say it's on par with the Women's Open that we just watched. South Africa going back to the middle. This is Ringrose here with the ball now, passing back in.
Nice ball off the ground. Referee's going to call that one up. I could just see his positioning. Is that the young English referee out there?
Yeah, Jack Harris.
Young Jack?
He's a recent Black Badge referee. He's also the referee coordinator in England.
I have to say, he is a very, very impressive young man.
Just incredible in terms of his contribution to the sport. And as a referee, he's fantastic. Great communication. You'll always know where you are, where you stand. He tries to talk players out of penalties. Yeah, excellent ref. And
here's some numbers
decent
here. I
bloke.
have to say, if they moved the ball to their left edge, they didn't need to run that. They needed to shift the ball and create this second phase, and this is exactly what that's created now. There's pressure on the half. She actually gave away 7 or 8 metres on that play. That'd be something I'll be looking at. There's Amy Dixon will go into half. Kuluano with a big dive. She threw the ball just as she was going to ground. Couldn't find the try scorer in Nabila Boltman. That was nice by Kuluano.
Love how they're really attacking the outsides of this defence. They look very good, South Africa, once they get up to that 7 metre line.
Well, I know the girls were very keen on their chances at this tournament. They told me that they've prepared very well and they were quite confident. It's still only 1-0 over the Hong Kong China team. We see a changeover. There's Amy Dixon. Nice metres through the middle. Very direct here for the South Africans.
Incredible taking 2 touches through the middle. Sometimes the defence just lays off a little bit and it can make
There's
loads
Linda
of meters.
Wilson now. She's got space. Gets the ball out. If they can move it, no. The referee called play on it. Just needed to find the mark and wasn't able to. But very enterprising here for the South Africans. The touch box.
On a side note, one of the best kits, I think, running around this World Cup, the South African team.
They've got lots of variety too in their warm-up material. Very vibrant colours, as the Rainbow Nation they're known as. They certainly bring colour to the World Cup. Been lucky enough to coach them at a couple of World Cups. And have established a little bit of a friendship with plenty of these players. That's a nice pass. And the defender was well back in the try zone. Wasn't aware that spatial awareness is crucial. And you could see she just gave up and said, oh no.
That's a heartbreaker. I think we've all been there where we've just kept on rolling and then you realise you're 2 metres behind the line.
Yeah, it was beautifully set up by the South Africans. Let's not take that away, but it was certainly gifted to them in the end with that player being just caught well in no man's land, or no woman's land in this respect.
Oh, great tap off here by Hong Kong China. 4th touch coming. They're on the 7 metres.
It's the ball out in front too far. She wasn't happy with herself as she gave the pass either. Let out a cry of anguish in Lam Ayung. Oh, a little bit through the ruck. Oh my goodness.
I thought that was the defences.
That was definitely the defender getting through the ruck there in... Oh, that's Ka Hai Kwok. I think she was lucky not to be penalised on that occasion. But it's play on. Is Ka Hai Kwok in half this time. Just a slow play the ball. 7 metres out now, Hong Kong, China. Numbers coming on. They missed the first one. Ball in the middle. They want to try and get a dump down here. Strike if they can. A lot of people around the ball, but nobody really doing anything. They've just lost 7 metres on that play.
Yeah, they kind of snuck into the 7 metres, but I don't think they were really pulling South Africa up quite far enough. So I think they felt like they had to go deeper to create the space, rather than demand that the defence stepped up.
Come up to them. But again, it's that confusion around the ruck. If the defence can see that there's nobody putting their hand up for that next phase, they're going to lay off. There's no pressure coming forward at them. And this is what now South Africa are doing in transition. Again, through the middle, lots of metres. That extra pass. Now there's 3 up out of the line. They're offside. They're going to get beaten all ends up here if they're not careful. And that's exactly what happened. The inside player that made the touch, there were 3 around the roll ball, and she broke to the short side, but she just got beaten. That pass could have been forward, but play on. That split through the middle. and that was another try.
So much of that was from the drive of Nabila Boltman, the number 9. She was exceptional in that drive and just set up such an effective strike play.
She scored earlier herself, and they're showing what she can do with the ball in hand. That was a forward pass. I don't understand how that can be missed. So now we have the sideline referee who's made that call a little bit late, but
yeah,
one of those plays for mine that really frustrates me in the commentary position.
Oh, absolutely. And never mind when you're at the defence.
Yeah, absolutely. But and that's, funnily enough, I was talking to somebody about that earlier this morning, and every player cries about, that was forward, why didn't you stop it? As we see South Africa on the attack again. They claim, why didn't you stop it? But then when they're in attack, guess what they're doing as well?
Absolutely.
So, one of those things. There's Amy Dixon, nice shift out to the left-hand side. Final touch, nothing doing. So, turned away this time by Hong Kong China.
Yeah, I'm killing it on that far side, so it's going to force Hong Kong China to bring the ball all the way back.
But this is again where I go back to I query. Too many teams are doing this play where the ball's caught over there. Drive forward. Burn yourself a little bit extra. Get some direction, some momentum, and then try to come off.
Yeah.
Because we're just giving away touches with nothing.
Just being too lateral, letting the defence come up, giving the defence time to come up rather than maybe take one in the midfield.
And by the time you're at the halfway line, there's 4 touches burnt. They've had 2 touches in enemy territory, and the result is 0. That's my old coaching hat. I'm sorry. Yeah. In commentary, we're supposed to be looking at it from a different perspective, but I find it very hard and frustrating when I see play like that. Yeah,
Hong Kong China just not really stepping up in the defence. They're giving away a lot of metres.
Again, slower transition from the South Africans. This is better now. Straightens up. That's an off-the-mark penalty. That was... You can put your hands up all you like. I'm going to have a talk to you later. The coach will be thinking that shouldn't have happened at that pace.
No, and she knew she was over the mark. You could see her just stuttering rather than just take that step or 2 back.
And that's one of those things, isn't it? It's a 50-50 call by the player. You go, do I take it and step back and play it properly, or do I risk it and see if I can get away?
Yeah, and a forward pass there. Very, very early in the touch count.
So they're going to shift early and try to get legs on, and they have. Here comes a player you called to watch earlier on.
They look great when they're flowing on from the sub-box, don't they, South Africa? They
do.
come in at pace. They come in at a
Ring
really
from
effective
half.
angle. Oh. They come in from a really, really great angle. Like, they're not running completely laterally, but they're coming at speed.
But what you also see, the player that has the ball, when those players are sweeping on, they straighten to cut down the distance that the sweepers have to travel. We saw it earlier where they didn't do that and the error was forced. This time they executed much better, but the final pass, as we see Hong Kong China then, just into South African territory. So this is a good opportunity here for South Africa. If they can get that roll on again and get a genuine line attack opportunity, we'll see what happens. There's Ringrose in half. They're only out there for 1 or 2 sets of 6, South Africa. They're really looking for the fresh players every time they get a chance. 3 touches remain in this set. And there's some danger here on the field in the shape of Dixon. Looking to dish back. Trail in time. Nice change of direction. Dixon will find... No! The pass just wasn't the right one from Dixon. She created the space and it was a beautiful change of direction. And then Dixon just delivered what could only be called not a very good pass.
No, and I think she probably had more time to make that pass than what she thought.
And I know, Amy, she won't be happy with that one, but I also know she'll shake it off and get on with it.
Okay, here goes Hong Kong China up through the middle of the field now.
This is better. Extra metres in behind the line. They needed to get that half there quicker. And a changeover, just not knowing your set. South Africa just reset themselves.
Yep, taking a touch in the middle of the field, creating that space on their inside.
Casey Funderburg in the number 1. She's headed off now, but she's been taking control in the middle. as has this young lady. Also the bright boots of Whitney Richardson. Keep an eye on her. There's Wilson. She's certainly very quick on her feet, Linda Wilson. Look at her. She's like a little jackrabbit.
She really is. Oh, great pick up by Wilson.
Short ball is on. There's a nice pass too. Unselfish play. Okay. Whitney Richardson, we called her in the bright boots. A much taller player. She wasn't able to get the ball to ground, so she gave it away to that winger. Beautifully executed. And the try out wide, scored by number 16, who is Brittany Moat.
Yep. Linda Wilson deserves a lot of credit for that try, doesn't she? She is rapid.
Yeah, there's an animal in South Africa called a spring hare, and that's exactly what Linda is. She is lightning on her feet. Her agility is second to none. And now the South Africans roll on. Here's your player, Elizabeth Ringrose. That's her with the ball now. Through the middle they go again, the dive over. Beautifully done.
Jarnell Charlie, the number 5.
It's just been such an integral part of their game. You could see the defenders were on the line, but they just couldn't get down. And that's that momentum, that forward, almost like a heat-seeking missile.
Yeah, you could see how low she got. So when those defenders aren't diving, when they're kind of standing upright, she got so low and slid that ball across the ground. Such an effective dive.
Well done to South Africa, really taking this game by the horns now. 5-0. Hong Kong, China with it all to do. Just a minute remains in the half. But it has been all the touch box. Another penalty for a late pass that time. It's Casey Funderburg through the middle. There's Dixon. The pace of Dixon. She'll go all the way.
Now she's
Amy,
half. She
the little
needs a
show and
player.
go.
She needs a support player.
No, she wasn't the half. She came through. She came through the ruck. We'll see it here. Let's have a look at the replay. Oh, we haven't gone back so far.
I mean, you know what? I trust you 100%.
Yeah, no, she
and the fact
definitely-
that she was on the mark that quickly that I thought she was half.
But that is the pace of Amy Dixon. She's that's what she's known for. And yes, it was a single pass, and that's all it needed. It was a little, again, nothing doing. She was just taking a drive. That little show and go was enough to change the defensive footing of the Hong Kong China player. And the heads up touch rugby from Amy Dixon. Extends the lead now 6-0. South Africa over Hong Kong China. What have you taken of that half?
South Africa looks strong. And this is a great division. There are no pools in this division. I believe it's just a total round robin. So all the teams will play each other once. So you'll be able to really see the strength of each team against each other. South Africa, their pace is just something else.
Yeah, we'll take a quick break and bring you all the action of the second half here from Nottingham. The Touch World Cup of 2024. It's South Africa 6, leading Hong Kong China 0.
Something to drink over there. We have photos as well. We've got take that photo, doing the team photos. If you haven't been over and seen them, get yourself over to the team photo. They are next to pitch 2. Just a reminder, obviously, we're getting please stay off official pitches when not playing. Please do not warm up on official pitches. And we're going to the players' village. Please ensure you are using the hard standing instead of cutting across the fields. Countdown is on for the second half. As always, when you into the touch event, as you can see, the arena areas are absolutely amazing. All the visuals, everything wrapped around them. Ladies and officials, 1 minute warning. Ladies and officials, 1 minute warning. Ladies and officials, 30-second warning. Please take to the field, ready to play.
We're back with the action for the second half here. Hong Kong, China currently trailing 6-0 to South Africa. And it'll be Kahai Kwok to get us underway with the tap-off for the second half. And it has been all South Africa.
It really has been. You can see why they're favoured for a medal in this World Cup. They just look very, very solid.
This is better from Hong Kong, China. Nice. No, but again, an incorrect roll ball.
Yeah, we were talking at the break, and I think when you're 6-0 down, you've just got to focus on what's in your control. And for me, it's just errors. So just hold it for the set of 6. Be really composed with your play the balls, and then you build from there. But at the moment, they're losing it a lot in simple play the ball errors, which is not helping.
Great drive here again from the South Africans. Back to Wilson. Hands.
Great step there.
Numbers have been covered by Hong Kong, China. So now they have to try and create something. There's Wilson with pace in behind the line now. She started to stumble just as she saw the line open up. You see the big smile on the face. I thought she'd done enough there.
Well, they've got to watch their marks there. Another couple of steps over the mark there.
And Kahai Kwok it is that you were calling. She's coming off. She's blowing hard, making her way to the sub box. And now Hong Kong, China up over the halfway line.
Oh, this is much better from
2
Hong Kong,
touches
China.
remain. Straighten up the attack. This is the last touch. Sin Shi Tang it was that went from half. But unfortunately on the end of it, found a penalty in a late pass.
But a solid set of 6.
Much better.
Very solid.
That is Rachel McMahon driving it forward for the South Africans. There's Wilson punching it hard again. Numbers come on, fresh legs. Look at the speed in this change.
Oh.
Ringrose turns it back on the inside. That split play through the middle again. Looking for Ringrose here on the inside if they can. She might not need her. What a great run from Zandali Pillay. Beautifully done. It looked like she stumbled as she came through the middle of this roll. But let's have a look. It was just dished off from Ringrose. And I thought here they'd read it beautifully, but she stepped off the right foot, got him behind the trailing defence, and they hadn't squeezed out the middle in the number 6 jumper, hadn't chased hard enough, and beautifully executed. That play has taken them to the bank.
That looked lovely. You can see just like the little subtle dummies, the subtle step, just through the defence wide open.
It's a 7-0 here for the touch box. Hong Kong, China, as you said, Mel, they just need to consolidate and correct their errors. But when they're being asked questions by the South Africans the way they are, it is just being taken to them. This Vandenberg up through the middle. She's again dishing off to Dixon. Dixon, nice meters. Vandenberg going to the right-hand edge, getting those runners on.
They're coming in from deep as well. They
There's
look
Wilson
great coming
punching
on.
through the middle. Good hands. Winger unmarked in the corner. Menka Singh in the number 7 jersey finds space in the corner, but this was beautiful. The referee called the player offside. Wilson was almost in the action of rolling it on. Then she found number 13 in Rachel McMahon, and McMahon gets it out to Singh to score in the corner, and Singh it did. Beautifully executed once
again. We could
again.
hear the ref from here calling the player offside, and very, very composed play, just passing it out. Good defence by the Hong Kong China winger to come in. She needed to come in and force the pass there.
As you said, you could hear the player being called offside, but Wilson, you could have just died with that one and taken the extra metres, but she didn't. She looked up, she found she had players outside and let the ball go, took the advantage that was offered to her. And now it's 8-0, Hong Kong China on the attack, 10 metres out. Kahai Kwok gets the ball down. Tan Tung Lo.
Thought the dive might have been on there. That was a great little setup.
Yeah, that was Ka
Yeah.
Yuden. Ringrose in transition. That one out to Zane Pina.
Oh, you look at the depth of these subbers coming on. It just
There's Dixon.
it's so much.
Straightening up, Amy Dixon. Another one of those electrically footed players. The acceleration from 0 to 100. And that beautiful long ball executed perfectly by Kutluano Magashule. Well done.
Nagashile, she has created so much in this half. She's got such an incredible turn of pace. Great left to right, which she just demonstrated there. She's been fantastic. Every time that she's been on the field, it's looked really, really dangerous.
Yeah, beautifully done. And it was Singh again over in the corner. As a winger, you just hope for those ones, don't you? Presented to you, beautifully done by those middle players. And now Hong Kong, China facing a 9-0 scoreline. But again, these girls will not give up. They are just taking it to the touch box. Oh, just a loss of possession. Just a little bit unbalanced in the roll ball there.
Yeah, they need to be a little bit patient now because South Africa weren't coming off their line very strongly at all. And I think if they just take their time a little bit more, Hong Kong, China, they could draw a penalty there.
Good meters here for the touch box. Ringrose straightens up.
Oh.
There's that pace, a little step back on the inside. Shut down defence this time in the shape of Sin Shi Tang.
Definitely a try saver, that one. The pace these South African ladies are running on nothing into almost something.
Yeah.
Oh, they've got to watch those touch passes.
But again, at 9-0 down, it's one of those things, take the risk. But
Yeah,
I probably
true.
wouldn't be doing it coming off my line.
Oh, good yards here, Hong Kong, China. They're just looking a little bit flat now, Hong Kong, China. They just need to maintain the depth of some of these attackers for them to run onto that ball.
It's Ching Man Lam taking good meters, but just steps back in at the wrong time. This is better. Unfortunately there for Luk Ying Lam. Not able to get to the line, but that was better from Hong Kong, China. As we said earlier, they're not going to give up. These girls don't have surrender in their language. Always taking it forward. Little bit of confusion now creeping in. The play that's been so lethal for them. There's Ringrose with meters. Little fumble, but gets away with it. There's Dixon. Straightens up beautifully. Gets a strike dump down. Numbers now if they can release. Shut down. I'm going to call that 1-6 again. So this is an opportunity here for South Africa. You'd think they'd be able to pull something out here. 15, 20 metres out from the line.
Yeah, if you were a betting woman, which I am, I would definitely have a few quid on South Africa to convert from this part of the field.
It's a nice reveal there, Mel.
Oh,
There it is. Look at that. Beautifully done.
Ooh,
What's he going to call?
referee's just having a
No,
bit
he's
of
called
a
a ball
show.
down.
Oh, I think she must have lost control before
I'd like
the
to see
line.
that in replay.
So would
Because it
I.
was a strike play. Let's have a look at it here. Our friends in the van are helping us out. It's a little switch back on the inside. Nice strike dump. There it is through the middle again. And Kutluana, we just couldn't quite see it. But in general play, I thought it was good.
Yeah.
Back with the action now. And South Africa on the attack once again.
All right,
Luano.
double or nothing. I'm throwing my
It's
cash
almost
back
the
out
same
there.
setup here. There it is. That almost same play. But a heads up.
Oh,
They'd shut it down that time in the quick release. There was numbers out there, but the offside play was called. So Kuluano could have scored then if she had a dive for the line.
But here they've got another shot at the line. Something very overcast all of a sudden here in Nottingham.
Beautiful English summer.
Oh, it's stunning, stunning. All the Englishmen will be building up a tan on the sidelines. Oh,
That's
lovely.
I mean, the young defender that's claiming the touch there, she held a space and just gave all of the direction to the South African player, young Jasmine Howe. Let's see it here. There's that split play through the middle once again. And you can just see she broke the wrong way and realised too late that she needed to come in and shut that one down. And that was beautifully done by Mona Lisa Tiata.
That was a lovely dive as well. You could see her just position that ball so close down to the ground that the defender, to get that touch in, you've really just got to take a step up off the line.
Oh, High Kwok takes it forward once again. That's been her job. She is taking it forward. Nice sweeper play. There's a little bit of space out there. She straightened up, come off the left foot.
And then they get the penalty from South Africa not advancing. And I think South Africa have been a little bit lazy or hesitant to come off their line.
Sa Young it was that went for the line. Tentung Low, just not getting that one where she needed it. So now this transition play from Ringrose again. They go wide early. And that's through Jean Pinard. Straighten up this time. Charlie Jarnell, try scorer. There's Dixon. Funderburg.
Oh.
Funderburg with a cutout pass. Couldn't find the winger.
South Africa making all those yards from those players flowing onto the field. And I feel like if I was Hong Kong right now, I would just nominate a defender to come up off the line and try and cut that off a lot earlier, because at the moment that pattern of play just looks completely unopposed.
Yeah.
It's just South Africa have all the time in the world just to pass that ball along.
But I'm just looking at the Hong Kong China bench. The fatigue is clear to see. They've been forced onto their back foot so often that, fatigue. And you look at the bench for the touch box and they're much fresher.
Yeah, the intensity in which they're subbing off, they're subbing on, it's like we're 5 minutes into the first half for them.
Yep. And it is 8 minutes remaining here in this match. South Africa in control at 10-0, a loss of the possession there, but we're going to... No, the referee's going to say the touch, the force of the touch was what knocked that ball out. And that's good meters on the tap, taken by Kuluano Magashule. Nabila Boltman, she just drives it up the field. Now the change of pace. Wilson drives in, strike dump. They go to the right-hand side this time, in behind the line. Singh will be unmarked, and that'll be her third of the game. Just presented to her on a platter.
Easy as you like.
We'll see it here. It's this strike dump here. She splits left, and the defender turned to chase and opened up the opposite side of the field. Just perfectly done.
Yeah, I think that defender just profiled the wrong way. I think she needed to make that touch with her right hand, profile to her short side, and she just got caught out so that her outside defenders, they had to come in and try and force the pass there.
But a nice read from the South African attacker too. She picked it up, had a look at what the defence had done, and then decided which way to run, and she did that perfectly. So well done to the touch box. 11-0 now. 7.5 minutes remaining. Hong Kong, China, you're almost cheering for them here. They deserve it. They've worked so hard. Couple of bodies on the ground here. One for Hong Kong, China, one for South Africa.
Yeah, there was definitely a leg-on-leg collision there.
It's Jean Pinard. She'll go off. They breed them tough over there in South Africa. She'll get a little bit of ice or a touch of water. Maybe a hard nut pill.
Some biltong.
Some biltong. Ringrose has been busy in the middle, has this young lady, Charlie Jarnell, or Jarnell Charlie, my apologies. But a penalty all the way back here. Come back here. You overstepped the mark. You're not getting away with that one, says referee Jack.
South Africa, they just don't look like they've got a weak pod out there. Every pod that comes in looks threatening in attack.
As I said, when I had a conversation with them yesterday, they are pumped about their chances here at the World Cup. Not straight is the call. You talked about coach killers earlier on. That's a coach killer for mine. The speed that they were attacking, there was no need for them to be offline with their roll ball.
No.
Little cut-out pass there. There's Dixon.
Every South African player has so much time with the ball. It's very composed, very unhurried.
Change of direction this time. Singh takes it on a knee, straightens up, the hole closes. And Mona Lisa there directing traffic in the gold boots. She'll sweep around now, find herself in space. No, they went the wrong way.
Yeah, but they've got a penalty here. Hong Kong trying to
I
dropping
don't care
very, very
about
early.
the penalty. Mona Lisa had done beautifully to put herself into a try-scoring position. Mona Lisa Tiatia. You can see her, she's the third player that's going to split through the middle here.
Yep.
Now, they step away because the touch wasn't affected. They'll reset here again and regroup. Rachel McMahon. There's Mona Lisa. Goes to the right, Singh.
Yeah, it's such a lovely little play. I just haven't really seen that in European touch.
Well, may I suggest that we might in the future?
I mean, it gets the defence thinking in terms of who your player is, who to target.
This is a long ball, beautifully done.
Oh.
And it was a nice defensive dive from the Hong Kong China player, but it is Darnell Charlie.
And you can just see this defender was like bang on her line, and I think they're always going to call the try in that situation.
It might have been Mona Lisa Tiatia scored that one then. My apologies.
She's had a cracker this second half, hasn't she?
Certainly a very, very good touch player.
Wouldn't want to be picking an MVP of this South African team. They've been so consistently strong.
And look, just the girls, the way they are, I know they are so tight that it wouldn't matter to them who the most valuable player was because they know that each and every one of them plays a role in this team performance.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like we've said about 7 or 8 players' names as being so impactful.
And they all have their role. They all play a different role in this performance. Again, that shutdown. Brittany Moat, she scored a try, but she stopped a couple as well. She's quiet and unassuming out here on the wing.
And it's just great touch to watch.
Just gets the job done.
Entertaining. Really fluid, attacking touch, fast. Not many errors. It's just
2 minutes to go. And a shout out to Steve Ingleson, the coach of South Africa. Really turned these girls on here to kick off their account. Oh, straight up there's Dixon. Extra numbers now. Good hands. Shut down defence. Beautifully done. But offside is the call. The offside player's through the middle, but she had to come in and shut that one down.
Yep, Zanderlee Pillay, I think, was that Hong Kong China winger who came in and stopped that try.
Dive over.
Oh. Lassie.
Luano Magashule they got that one across the line. She has been on fire right through the tournament.
Yeah, I take it back. I think anyway. Magashule, she's been the MVP in the second half for me. She's just been
putting yourself out there on a limb.
I am. I think she's been spectacular. Hong Kong try. They want to finish this game well.
And they're certainly having a go. I love the tenacity of this Hong Kong China lineup. Yu Nung with the ball now. It's Tan Tung Lo. And just the last pass going to ground. But we're going to call that one fifth touch.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I thought it was fifth touch the play before as well. So I think she was just trying to kill the ball. But can they create something from nothing?
They just don't have any options, do they? There's nothing. Straight away in transition, the South Africans just switch on to something. There's always something going on in a player's head, and they take the initiative to create this momentum now. Didn't need to give that pass. Is that a tired pass?
I think it was an optimistic.
I don't want to run the extra distance here. You take it. As the siren sounds in the background, and that's all she wrote in this women's 27s fixture. A convincing win for the touch box of South Africa, 13-0 over Hong Kong, China. Mel, comprehensive victory for the touch box, and I think they've laid it out there for their opposition to keep an eye on the touch box.
Yeah, if I was in this women's 27s pool, I would be feeling very nervous after seeing South Africa's performance there. I thought they were absolutely solid. They had pace, composure, depth, everything that you want in a solid attacking setup. So they'll be really thrilled with that game.
Yeah, as we said, the women's 27s, it's now the next game coming your way. The men's 30s, where Japan will take on Singapore. And it'll be James Preston in commentary. And we'll bring all of that action here live on the Federation of International Touch YouTube channel. Thanks for joining us, and we hope you enjoy all of the action here from Nottingham as a beautiful English summer makes its way across the ground.
We've got pitch 1 getting ready for the next game. We've got everything to and frozen. We are getting ourselves ready for the next tap off. The countdown, we are just, as always, just over 5 minutes from the Gooterers. I think we're going to be, unfortunately, used to the UK weather. We are going to be getting a bit wet now for the rest of the day. Make sure you keep yourself warm.